Hello, MathTalino students! Welcome to our MathTalino tutorial. Sa video na ito, ang pag-aaralan natin ay kung paano i-determine ang equation ng isang line. Sa method na ituturo ko, kung paano mag-determine ang equation of a line, dalawang formula lang ang kailangan nating tandaan. Ito ay ang slope formula, m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. At saka yung slope-intercept form of a line, which is y equals mx plus b. Paano ba natin mahanap ang equation ng line gamit lamang ang dalawang formula na ito? Magbigay tayo ng mga examples. For our first example, determine the equation of a line with slope 1/2 and y-intercept -5. So let's have our solution. Since the slope and the y-intercept is already given, we can directly use y is equal to mx plus b. Take note that the slope 1/2 is our m and the y-intercept -5 is our b. And by substitution, y is equal to m will become 1/2. We just copy the variable x. And b will become -5. If the equation required is in slope-intercept form, this equation y is equal to 1/2 x minus 5 is already our answer. However, if the required equation is in standard form, kailangan nating i-manipulate ng konti ang ating equation. So we have -1/2 x plus y equals -5. Inilipat lang natin sa left side ang term na 1/2 x, kaya naging -1/2 x. At kung na-recall pa natin ang discussion natin about sa standard form of equation of a line, yung ating first term ay kailangang positive at dapat wala tayong fraction na numerical coefficient. To eliminate the coefficient of x, which is a negative fraction, pwede tayong mag-multiply ng -2 sa ating whole equation. Multiplying -2 to all the terms in our equation, -2 times -1/2 is equal to +1. Then, kokopyahin lang natin yung variable x. -2 times +y, that would be equal to -2y. And lastly, -2 times -5 is equal to +10. Therefore, we now have our new equation as x minus 2y equals +10. And this is already the standard form of our required equation. Hence, the required equation is y is equal to 1/2 x minus 5 or x minus 2y equals 10. Okay, let's have the second example. Determine the equation of a line with slope 3 that passes through the point -2, 4. Since slope is already given, we may still find the y-intercept using the equation. So yung gagawin natin, gagamitin natin yung slope na 3, which is our m, and the point -2, +4. In this case, -2 is our x, and +4 is our y. By substitution, y becomes 4, m will become 3, and x will become negative 2. Then we just copy plus b. Simplifying the equation, we have 4 is equal to positive 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Then we still copy plus b. In order to solve for b, we need to transfer negative 6 to the left side of our equation. So this will become 4 plus 6, which is equal to b. 4 plus 6, that is equal to 10. Therefore, b is equal to 10. After determining the y-intercept, which is equal to 10, we go back with our equation y is equal to mx plus b. We substitute the value of our slope, which is 3, and the value of our y-intercept, which is positive 10. Therefore, we have y is equal to 3x plus 10. This is already the final answer if our required equation is in slope-intercept form. But if the required equation is in standard form, we need again to manipulate the equation. Ililipat lang natin yung positive 3x to the left side. So we now have negative 3x plus y equals positive 10. Dahil ang first term natin ay negative, kailangan nating mag-multiply ng negative 1 sa whole equation. Negative 1 times negative 3x, that would be positive 3x. Negative 1 times positive y, that would be negative y. And negative 1 times positive 10, that would be negative 10. Hence, our new equation would be 3x minus y equals negative 10. And this is already the required equation in standard form. Therefore, the required equation is y equals 3x plus 10 or 3x minus y equals negative 10. Let's now proceed to our example number 3. Determine the equation of a line that passes through the points 0, 5 and 2, negative 1. First, we need to find the slope of the line since we do not have slope in our given. So we use m is equal to y sub 2 minus y sub 1 all over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Using the points 0, 5, and 2, negative 1, we assign 0 as x sub 1, 5 as y sub 1, and 2 as x sub 2, negative 1 as y sub 2. We are now ready to substitute in our formula. So m is equal to y sub 2, which is negative 1, minus y sub 1, which is positive 5, all over x sub 2, which is positive 2, minus x sub 1, which is 0. Simplifying the numerator, negative 1 minus 5 is equal to negative 6. And in our denominator, 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. Dividing negative 6 by 2, we will have negative 3. And this is now the slope of our required line. Isolve naman natin ang y-intercept using the equation y is equal to mx plus b. Sa case na ito, gagamitin natin ang m, which is equal to negative 3, at saka yung point na 0, 5, wherein 0 is our x and 5 is our y. By substitution, we will now have 5 equals negative 3 times 0 plus b. Simplifying our equation on the right side, negative 3 times 0 is equal to 0. And 0 plus b is equal to b. Therefore, we have 5 is equal to b. Since na-solve na natin yung slope, which is negative 3, at saka yung y-intercept, which is equal to positive 5, pwede na nating isubstitute ang mga values na ito sa ating slope-intercept form of our equation of a line, which is y is equal to mx plus b. Hence, by substitution, y is equal to negative 3x plus 5. Or, if gusto nating i-transform ang equation na ito in standard form, pwede nating ilipat yung negative 3x to the left side of our equation. So, this will become positive 3x, copy lang natin yung positive y, at saka yung equal to positive 5. Hence, the required equation would be y is equal to negative 3x plus 5, or 3x plus y is equal to 5. Let's now have our final example. Determine the equation of a line whose x-intercept is negative 3 and y-intercept is negative 6. Sa ating given, meron na tayong y-intercept. So, ang kailangan na lang natin ay isolve ang ating slope. Para ma-solve natin ang ating slope, gagamitin natin yung given na x-intercept at saka yung y-intercept. From the x-intercept, which is equal to negative 3, we have the point negative 3, 0. And y-intercept equals negative 6, we have the point 0, negative 6. We now label the 2 points. X sub 1 would be negative 3, y sub 1 would be 0, x sub 2 would be 0, and y sub 2 would be negative 6. We are now ready to substitute in our given formula. So this will become y sub 2, which is negative 6, minus y sub 1, which is 0, all over x sub 2, which is 0, minus the x sub 1, which is negative 3. Simplifying, we have negative 6 minus 0, obviously that is equal to negative 6, and 0 minus negative 3, that would be equal to positive 3. Therefore, we have negative 6 all over positive 3. Dividing negative 6 by 3, we have negative 2. And we already solved the slope of our required line. Now, using these values, m is equal to negative 2, and the y-intercept b, which is negative 6, by substitution, we can have y is equal to negative 2x minus 6. Transforming into standard form, ililipat lang natin yung negative 2x to the left side. So this will become positive 2x plus y equals negative 6. Therefore, the required equation would be y is equal to negative 2x minus 6, or 2x plus y equals negative 6. At hanggang dyan na lang ang ating Math Talino tutorial. Sana ay may natutunan kayo. Salamat po sa pakikinig.